Hi,
Hello, Amina. Welcome.
thank
You want
you.
to share your screen?
Yes, I will share my screen. But at first, I want to say hello, everyone. My name is Amina Kapitanovic. I'm founder and CEO of Motus Health, a digital healthcare startup. I will now share my screen. So I think that vital part of our startup is its backstory. It gives it so much more meaning. In October 2019, my mom screaming woke me up at 5 a.m. because she found my dad lying on the floor. The doctors told us that he had a stroke so severe that he would either die or live his life in vegetative state. In the next 5 months, my mom's small paycheck, almost entirely went on rehabilitation centers and hospital bills. I don't remember much from that period, probably because I can't bring myself to relive the story. Then the pandemic hit, and he had to come home, and that was horrible because we didn't know how to properly take care of him. I kept thinking, how is it possible that we don't have a solution for an after stroke care? That's when the idea of Modus app came up, an application for rehabilitation and socialization after the stroke. After several investors reached out to us and we did our own market research, we decided that the best odds for us are to become a German-based startup. When I won regional competition with this idea, it became a big boom in the media because health problems are usually a taboo topic. In the next year, with the help of medical experts, we made a prototype with the goal of making an app that will offer everything for patients and their caretakers in one place. We firmly believe that every patient is like a Rubik's Cube. Each one is different in its own way and needs different steps to get back to a normal state. That is why we decided to use customized approach to rehabilitation using artificial intelligence. When the patient starts using our app, he does a test where we assess his abilities in different areas of rehabilitation, such as speech, comprehension, memory, and physical movement. Then he gets personalized therapy for the best progress, which we track over time. This means that Motus can be used by any age and severity of stroke. What makes Modus different is that it's the first app that offers everything for rehabilitation and socialization and offers personalized therapy developed by medical experts, which speeds up the recovery time. By using a digital solution, our users reduce the costs of rehabilitation and the need for face-to-face contact. Modus also includes the caretakers directly in the process of rehabilitation and improves the quality of their relationship with the patient. Our current market overview is that 80 million people suffer from stroke consequences right now, and unfortunately 14 million more are added each year. Right now, we are in a stroke rehabilitation market, which is valued at 28.8 billion. Our customer segments and business models, which we plan to gain revenue with, is B2C, where we sell directly our app to patients' homes, medical facilities, where our different rehabilitation centers and hospitals use our app in their facilities, and different medical companies such as insurances, pharma companies, and orthopedic device companies. Our competitors on the market have several problems. Their target group is one specific stroke type or one specific country, which makes it unavailable to most stroke patients. Motus solves that problem by offering our solution throughout entire Europe. It's multilingual and it's way cheaper than the other products on the market. We're available on both Android and iOS. Our current roadmap is that we have been partnered with several business accelerators and startup networks. We have made partners with several patient organizations and foundations. And our next step is launching an app in April 2022 and doing crowdfunding for scaling our business. In the next 2 years, we plan on getting our medical device registration, which will enable us to which will enable doctors to use our app on prescription and for insurances to pay for the patients. Our ultimate goal is to basically develop an ecosystem for different neurological and neurodivergent diagnosis.
Mina, we're out of time. Thank you so much. Let's open the questions.
I will stop sharing. Can you see? Oh, you can't see me. Okay, there you go.
We can see you.
Oh, great.
Amina, thank you so much for that, for sharing your story with us and your journey. And it's a difficult one to share, so I really appreciate that you did that. And it's inspiring that you've taken something that was difficult and turned it into an opportunity to help others. I have, maybe a comment and a question. And my comment is, you mentioned just before you finished that you have 2 years to get your certification I may be saying that, or your registration, so the doctors can use that. I think that's a long period of time. It could lead to the business not being as defensible, because it's a lot can happen in 2 years with your competitors, and that leads to my question is, this is an important space, but you did list a few competitors, and the barrier for them entering your market is pretty low. How do you plan to stay ahead of your competitors and move rapidly for your company to launch?
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so the medical device registration is a process where you ensure that your app is safe enough for usage in facilities. So basically, our business model for where we sell directly to patients' homes and hospitals can be implemented right now after the app's release, but for it to be prescribed to be prescribed by doctors and to be paid by insurance, it needs to have that medical device registration, which leads me to another question, which is our users acquisitions and our advantage with our competitors. Like I said, our competitors have like a really narrow target market where they focus on one significant country, language, and quite advanced types of stroke, which makes them unable to be used by most of the patients worldwide. Also, our customer acquisition plan is via hospitals, our patient organizations such as stroke prevention foundations and associations, and we have quite promotion through them. We offer different discount codes, and even though we haven't released our app right now, we have over 400 pre-orders on our app, which makes it which was our way of testing the app and our market.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have a quick question on fundraising. And by the way, I think crowdfunding is a really great approach for something like this, because it's going to resonate with that community. And it's also a great opportunity to use it for business development purposes as well. Are you guys bootstrapped to this point? Have you guys taken any money from some of the accelerators you've joined? We just kind of love to hear that story.
Yes, so that's a funny story. My partner, co-founder Kenan, and I were just an IT students, and we obviously were broke. So we had to bootstrap the entire thing up until recently, until we found our co-founders. And the biggest, every single type of money outage, we managed to get for free. For example, our partnerships with medical doctors, which made our entire app, were on voluntary basis, our partnerships with hospitals as well. So we managed to reduce the cost of actual development, prototype development. And luckily enough, we had an investor that could cover our app development. So the reason for crowdfunding is that we think it's mostly for marketing purposes. That way we get to test our app on our target group. We get to get some pre-orders and basically doing amazing things via marketing. And of course, the funds are great. Right.
Any other question?
Maybe if I have just one more question, because you're raising on crowdfunding, what is it, the amount that you want to raise there? And is there any additional funding that you're looking to additional funding or partnerships? Like what else are you pursuing in terms of capital or capital in kind for the company?
Okay, as I mentioned, we have 400 pre-orders, and recently we found we partnered up with several organizations and included like informal organization for stroke patients. So based on that, we managed to get over 70% of our goal, which is initially was 20K, but we expect to surpass it by a lot. And excuse me, your second question was?
How much are you planning to raise on the crowdfunding platform?
Oh, like I said, we managed to get like 70% of our initial goal, which was 20K. But while doing our math up, I think yesterday we surpassed it by a lot. We expect to surpass it by a lot.
By how much? Do you know?
We expect to raise around 60,000 euros minimum.
Okay. And how much do you need in terms of funding? How much would you like to raise with crowdfunding or any other initiative? Because you are pitching today, I think, with the expectation to raise.
So, like I said, thanks to our investors, our biggest costs, like production cost, was covered. What we were looking to spend our funds on from crowdfunding is speeding up the registration, medical device registration, and also employing like several native German language salespeople, marketing, since you need to employ people that are familiar with your target market. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. If there's no more questions, I would thank the startups again and the jury. And what happens next is that the jury will take the next 25 to 30 minutes to compare notes and come up with best startup. And in the meantime, Nana will facilitate the next panel about alternative and hybrid finances. So thank you so much. And I'll see you jury downstairs, in the breakout room in the next 30 seconds. Thanks.